Information about Yom Kippur contained in the book of Vayikra or Leviticus 16 gives us a key insight in understanding the role of Yeshua and our approach to him. This Barry Phillips, a 10-minute Torah, day 2 of special readings and comments on Yom Kippur. We go back to Vayikra, Leviticus 16, and it says, again, we read verse 2, Yahweh said to Moshe, speak to Aaron your brother not to come in at all times to the set-apart place inside the veil before the lid of atonement which is on the ark, lest he die, because I appear in the cloud above the lid of atonement. And part of the instructions was for Aaron to come in with incense and to cover the ark, its presence, its revelation, and smoke. So we know that Yah is spirit, has no discernible image, form, or physical realm reality, except for the ways that he chooses to reveal himself, such as his spiritual voice became an audible sound available for human ears to hear on multiple occasions. Even at Mount Sinai, the entire nation of Israel heard his voice. He revealed himself not so much that he is fire and smoke that sat down on the mountain, but the fire and the smoke indicated his reality being manifested there. Again, he's not the fire, he's not the smoke, but the fire and the smoke indicates he's there. That's him. Yeshua is the revealed physical realm manifestation of Yah's presence, of his word, the physical embodiment of his word. That's what we read in the book of John, or Yochanan, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, the Dabar, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word, the Dabar, the spoken word, was Elohim. So the commands of Yah are the physical, visual embodiment of Yeshua. It says in John, Yochanan 1:14, the Word became flesh. We read in the book of Philippians, chapter 2, how that Yeshua laid aside that which he was in the heavenly realm and took on the form of humanity and was revealed to us. A lot of deep and profound teaching can be found here, and I don't want to go too far in it for the context of this teaching today. But Yeshua, looking on Yeshua, listening to him speak, watching his ways, learning of him, is to learn from the Father. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And we say, well, that is to look on his flesh. No, it's not to look on the physical features of Yeshua's face or to look at the imagery of his hands or anything about his body. His body was a human body. There was nothing magical about his body. It was humanity. That body, it sweated when it got hot. It was tired. It was thirsty. It needed food. That body was a human body. That which was within the body, the spirit and animation of that human body, was more than mere humanity. The body was able to touch and to heal because of that which lived or who lived on the inside. Same thing teaches us. My hands are no different than yours. If I hit it with a hammer, it's going to hurt. If I grab something, I'm going to feel it. This body gets tired. It needs food. It needs water. It needs rest just like yours. But that, or who lives within us, is much more than mere humanity. It's not that we are deity, not by any stretch of the imagination. But Yeshua said that we would be filled with the same Spirit that filled him, and therefore we would be able to do works like what he did. So it's not this, and it's not the manner of our touch, and it's not the formation and formula of our words. We keep thinking somehow, well, if I just learn to pray it right, the miracles will happen. It's more than that. It's the anointing and the power that resides within us. Now, I didn't exactly mean to go that direction, but that's good. Now, it says here that there was a cloud that covered this manifestation. Whatever this manifestation was, however it appeared, it is a revelation of Yeshua who sits upon the mercy seat, representing the unseen or unseeable part of the Most High. There is the unseeable part of Yah. He told Moshe, you can't see me. But the seeable part of him, the revealed, manifested part, reveals Yeshua, his salvation to us. This smoke covered the ark. It covered the cloud. The smoke of the incense covered the cloud. It covered the ark. So there is a connection then to Yeshua being a part of this cloud. Now, if we go to the book of Matthew, in chapter number 17, we find then that Kepha, Peter, Yaakov and Yochanan, James and John, that they are up on a mountain with Yeshua. And it says in verse 3 that Moshe and Eliyahu appeared to them talking with him. He appeared to these three men, they did, but they were talking with Yeshua. And it says in verse number 5, while he was speaking, see, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And see, a voice came out of the cloud saying, this is my son, the beloved, in whom I did delight. Hear him. Yeshua is overshadowed here by a cloud, just like he perhaps was overshadowed as he sat enthroned on the Ark of the Covenant, the lid of the covenant, the mercy seat. Interesting. If we go over to the book of Acts, chapter number 1, verse 9 says, and having said this, while they were looking on, he, that is Yeshua, was taken up, and a cloud hid him from their sight. Again, Yeshua is enveloped and hidden in a cloud. Now, what is this cloud, and how do we see this cloud? Is it possible to get reconnected with this cloud? Is this a mysterious, fanciful, once in every rare occasion type thing? Maybe not. We go over to the book of Revelation, chapter number 5. It says, if I get to the right place here, it's actually chapter 8, and I was on the wrong page. It says here that the smoke of the incense, which the prayers of the set-apart ones, went up before Elohim from the hand of the messenger. There were bowls of incense that were brought before Yah, and when they were filled with coals, they began to issue smoke in the book of Revelation. And it says that the incense, the smoke of the incense, is the prayers of the set-apart ones. If we want to be vitally connected to the Father through Yeshua, it's through the age-old practice of prayer and intercessions. And you think, well, nothing like that ever happens when I pray. Now that you have this understanding of the cloud and the smoke of your intercessions as incense before him, go back into your prayer chamber and smoke the presence of Yeshua and enter into the cloud with him as Moshe did, and listen for his voice. And I'll listen for you to be with me again tomorrow. So then, shalom.